Hi, I'm CJ at Nine Finger Gaming, and welcome to a new game for the channel, Foundry. Foundry is a factory building game similar to the likes of Factorio, Satisfactory, with that Minecraft style voxel uh, design. Obviously, they're big blocks. So we're just going to jump in, start a new game. You may have seen a video just pop up on my channel for Foundry. Unfortunately, that video, I forgot to remove the music, which is it's copyrighted music, so I have decided to just quickly start again. It's not too bothersome. We hadn't really got too far, and I wasn't really happy with the short length of the video that I posted. So first things first, we've got to grab all these materials. We've got two areas to mine. As you saw, there is a map. We need to get the xenoferrite ore and also the technum ore. So I'm just going to quickly grab these surface ores, and I'll go across and grab the others, and I'll meet you in just a sec once we've got those ores. And also, I believe the next one is we have to get biomass, which you can collect from taking down any of the plant life that you find around you. So I'll be back in a second once I've got all those items together. Right, once you've collected the items, I've just come up here from down there to get the surface items that are up here. The next thing I want you to do is to craft yourself a primitive furnace. We're going to craft two of those so we can produce for both of the items. We're going to place that there on the end, and we're just going to quickly place these down here so we can get started producing some metals. So we're going to go in this one for these xenoferrite plates. If you press this button, it will drop all the xenoferrite that you have on you into the smelter, and the fuel you do actually have to manage and put in yourself. And next we're going to have the technum rods on this side, which I do need some more biofuel. So let's get some biomass, to fuel the furnace. Let's go for the trees, they give the most biomass. To get as much as we can. That should do us for now. It does last quite a while. It doesn't go down too fast because you're only running these small furnaces. Let's get that loaded into this one here, and that should start processing straight away. You can press this one to fill up, as I said, and this one actually takes the crafted items. So as the items craft up, you can just run over, click that, and that's the same on all machines. Should you wish to pick up the items that have been crafted in there. The only things that are different is the storage lockers. Those you actually have to click on to claim the items. Right, now, once we've got all the items we require for the quest up in the top right corner, it will then want us to build some foundations and also a miner. So we'll build the 20 foundations. If you right click, it will do 5 items. Click with the left, it'll do 1. If you shift click, it will build all the items that you can build. Let's make sure that's topped up, and this one's topped up. Take all those, craft ourselves a miner, and get our inventory up. To clear that off there, we don't need that now. Get that on there, and now placing these down, I'm going to try and go for the middle. So 4. I'm also going to need another one coming off the side. I think we're going to have to go. I don't really want to be overhanging the edge, but I think we're going to have to. So it's another 3. And we'll take that out. And we're going to need one more here. And Then we need a 4x8. So let's get 2 out. And then we have got enough blocks, but it says it replaced the 20 blocks that it required. So let's get the miner on, get the miner placed down right there. It doesn't really matter which way that goes round. You don't really have to access the front panel. Now it wants us to build a biomass generator, so back into here, biomass generator. We're also going to need a smelter, and let's craft up the rest of those. And now go on my inventory, put the biomass generator in the end. We're going to place that right there. Now I'm going to go get a bit more biomass while the rest of the stuff crafts up and while we get some items together. That should be enough for now. Again, this doesn't run too much, it does use a lot very fast. It's only once we start getting into the building process that we then end up with a lot of power need. But once we get there, we'll obviously find a way to get around it. So let's jump up here and go to our inventory. There's the smelter. We want the smelter on here. We are going to have to build some more foundations out, so we've done 3. Can I get the end there, please? So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's the 8. We're also going to want a way to reach the side. So we are going to have to get some more. Let's just fill that up. Get some more. Fill that up. Get some more. And craft up the rest of those there. There. And put a row in here for now, and we can get this machine right there, which should allow us then to come down to the side, fill that up, and once that's full we'll start getting miners that come out and they will start mining the resources from here. There you go. And there is 4 in each one of these miners. So 4 will come out, we'll fill up, we'll go back in. And what we need next is some more materials. Let's get those filled up, get that, take them. We're going to need 2 loaders and some bolts, so we'll just get all those crafted. The loader's going to go first, place those there for now. With the loaders, you can either leave them set to defaults, which will sometimes work on picking which one does require, but we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. In fact, I don't want to place that one there on the end. We'll take that back. And we then need one to use as an input. So change that to input, place that there. We need our conveyors, and we'll place those there. That should now start outputting to that, and because we have power we can set this to the xenoferrite plates. So this will now just continually generate those plates for us. We still have some xenoferrite on us, so we will just allow this to continually smelt that up. That should provide enough to keep this going, so we'll get double the amounts just leaving those in there. Just double check the inventory, get just the technium ore that we still got. Let's just keep that loaded. Take all those. Right, this is the basic setup for a miner with a smelter, so we can come up here and grab the items ourselves. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to break away, I'm going to repeat the process down there, and hopefully we'll then be on to the next task. So I'll break away, probably change this a little bit, get a conveyor system going somewhere down there as well, and I'll bring you back in. So I'll see you in just a sec. Here we are, brought you back in now. As you can see, I'm on to build a research lab. It's basically just the next task after the one we were on previously. So I've cleared out a big flat space down there. I've just been coming back and forth, grabbing items out of both of these, one up here and one down there, and crafting up a load of items that we're going to need. Right, so I've been doing a little math, and from what I can imagine is we are going to need to bring items down to here, and then those items are going to have to go out. It would be 2 lines that then would split off and go into 4 of these smelters. For every 1 miner that can produce between 62 and 78, which is enough for 1 smelter to produce the items. So for every 1 miner you need 1 smelter if you want to maximize your output. So with this we are going to be building a bit of a plot base here for 4 miners, 4 smelters. Same again for these as well, that will also be over here. So for the smelters, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to leave a gap, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And same on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4. Leave a gap, 1, 2, 3, 4. And there'll be a gap, 1, 2, 3, 4. A gap, 1, 2, 3. In fact, I won't leave a gap the other side. So I'll just do 1, 2, 3, then there'll be no gap here to 4, then a gap, then to 4. So if I've done this right, I should be able to bring this out to 7. 7, give it a 7, and all the way along. Hopefully we have enough blocks. Right, so I do need to craft some more blocks. That's not going to be a problem. I've got plenty on me. I'll get this finished off. Just wait there 1 second. Any moment now. Right, and will we have to place another row in? So, I'm going to have a row here. This is going to be the bolt row. Oh yeah, we will need another row because we're going to need a row for the loaders. So we put another quick row in straight across here. Then we go over to the smelters. So I still want to be able to access the panels on them. So it'll be 1 there. Then a gap. So this one will face in. This one will face out. And this one will face in. Then this will be the next 4. These will be for the rods. This will face in. This will face that way. And then the other 2 will be the 2 that I pinch from there. So let's set up the bottom. Now the bottom is going to work. So we're going to have this one here. So this will just be a storage unit. We're going to have an input, 2 inputs. Now, there's no limits on how fast items can be stored. It just basically goes off of what these will take in, and these will take up to 1,200 items a minute. These belts will take 160, so these belts can carry 2 of the miners at a time. So then we'll just be splitting it off into 2 lines, and the 2 lines should fill 2 at a time. If it is that they can't keep up, we do need to increase the output. What I will do is I will put 2 more on the side and set them straight to whichever one is requiring it. So we're going to have output rails there and there. This one will go this way. Oh, actually, no. Correct me now. So we'll go back on that. It will just go straight out this way. And this one will go straight out this way. We're also going to need to power this. I think I'm going to put a power node, put a plate down. Would have been nice to have a gap there. I'll put a 4 block for future reference. We'll place that on there and we'll use this to power the whole lot. Now we'll extend this out to here and we'll extend the other one out to here. We'll then have inputs here and here, and hopefully the inputs, well, these machines don't hold the full amount. Say if we put it in, we put a full stack of 100 in, but I believe when they're being inserted, they'll only hold a maximum of 6 for the recipes that we're currently using. So hopefully that's going to be enough with what the belt's going to bring down to provide to both of them. So that's that side set up. Obviously this side is going to be along the same principle, but we'll just get this one set up so I can show you it's all working. Quickly run up here, grab what items we can out of here. We'll also take this apart now, and we'll also Control Z, which allows us to take all of those. Oh, it actually took one of those rails. Let's place that back. Let's finish deconstructing this section. Deconstructing this. There we go. We'll probably take these ones out also. We're still going to leave the power up here because we are still going to need the power, and we're also going to need to extend this. We don't need them, so we can't save on those. You may have to move the power also. We'll get to that in just a sec. Trying to think where we're going to load these. Right, so I'm just going to go break away, get this set up, and then I'll come back in and show you, and we'll then get it switched on and see how it operates. So I'll be with you in just a sec. Right, so I've got all that finished off. It does look like a bit of a mess, but it's going to do the job. The only thing it now requires is power. Probably going to put the power in somewhere I can easily access it. You know what it'll do. We'll get the bio generator on there and fill that up. We should now start to see the miners start to mine, and they will start to produce the resources. There must have already been some resources waiting to go. I've connected these all up separately because, fortunately, if you join two conveyors, it only seems to allow in from one side. It doesn't split between the two, so one will just keep building up. I suppose these do input fast enough to do that, but with this being such a short connection, I didn't want there to cause any problems, and it isn't over any resource either, so it shouldn't affect anything. Right, so all these require now is to be connected down to the system we have downstairs, and the system we have downstairs also needs to be switched on. So get that powered on. Should be enough items coming out the belts. There was a bit of a backlog that was building up, but they should stay running roughly at this pace, based on the amount that's going into here. There is roughly 320 going into there, which is being split into 160 belts, and those 160 belts is going to be split again into 2 belts of 160, which is going to then process in these. These are all going to be sheets. So let's get those set up. We're not going to bother with the outputs on them just yet. I can run around and just grab out of the machines. And these ones are going to be the rods. So you should see items going across to both machines. Yes, there is. So that's good. And 1 of 2, 1 of 2, 1 of 2. These are having more in, but like I said, as soon as we reach 6 we'll stop. But the end one is the most important. We're getting 1 of 2. It's not really stopping. There's not really much of a delay between those final ones straight away. So we've got no delay there. So they are all producing. What I'm going to do now then is quickly set up this one exactly the same on this side. And then when all that's in and done, we will go on to build the research lab with the materials that we've gathered. So I'll be back in a sec once I've finished building all this. Right, I know it's dark, but I've just finished all that. So as you can see, these are 2 pole belts going into here, which has actually filled them up just nicely. And we've got the same over here. I'm not sure why we keep getting a slight delay in there, but it seems that both of them are all full and backed up now and just casually running and generating all the resources we require. Right, so the next thing that we need to build now is the research lab. This is where we are going to be able to get all of our items unlocked. And let me get over to here. And this is found in the buildings menu. So we're going to craft one of those. I'm going to get a few more foundations crafted up. Then I believe we need 100 wires. So if we craft that 10 times, we get 2 wires a time. Right clicking it gives you 5. Oh, so we didn't actually need that many, but they will get used anyway. I believe we need 100 of them and 100 of them. So we'll get so many crafted up at the end. I won't do them just yet because it will use the wires that we're looking to craft. So we'll do those last. I believe it has already crafted. There we go. Oh, I've got some more to get rid of. Let's place that there. Take this one. Get that placed in there. Right, so we need a foundation to place this on. Gonna probably go right out here. I know this is quite a large item, so we'll go with that at first. Anything we do need to put underneath, we can manage after. Right, so let's see what size that is. It's definitely not centered to the base. I'll work that one out here in just a second. So we've got the edge here. To there is 16. So that's 2 8s. So if we bring a single line out from here to there. Oh, that did a double. So it's this side that we want. To there. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it just needs moving over the 1 block. Hopefully we should be able to do that. It's demolition mode. I was just going to say, can we not actually demolish and move that? That would have been disappointing, but I was almost certain that we could. And need to move it over 1. Is that right? Nope. So we had it in the right place just. Pick that back up. And we get this placed right here, I believe. Yep, there we go. So that's now in the center of our build. believe. Let me just go double check. I have a bad feeling I've just messed that up. Ah, yes, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it does actually need to go over one more, so I did have it right then, but that is easily rectifiable. So craft up the rest of them, get this moved over. Let me see what I've crafted of those. So we just need 5 more plates, 15 more machinery parts, and we've already got the wire coil. So machinery parts, plates, so we didn't need those other ones, which is great. Just place those in there, can actually get those out. Because I want to move this over one. So this central line should be over by 1, that is the center there. So let's get this. X. So it would be there. And with the plates that we've got, can we actually fill out this? Is that all the way out? Nearly all the way out. Ooh, did we actually go back one this time? We did. Right, so I'll move that in just a second. So we just need to get the parts together. I'm wondering if we build it and then move it, if we lose the parts. I don't really want to lose the parts just yet, so we will just move it one last time just to get it in the right place. Turn snap mode off, so it's going to go right there. Perfect. Not perfect. Yes, perfect. Brilliant. So yeah, we've got that sorted now, so that's in the perfect spot. Let's get those items back in. Let's just click that one. Let's go get those parts that we need, which I believe is just the metal plates, because the metal plates make the other inventory item as well. As you can see, we're generating more than enough on the materials now. So first we'll put the plates in, and then we'll craft 1, 2, 3. We'll craft us the 15 parts required for that. And then last but not least, we need some rods so we can start crafting the foundations. So take those rods, take 2 stacks, why not? And then we've got them. And craft all of those for me. And we should be able to place those in there, finish construction, and there we go, we've got the research station up and running. It does actually allow us to fall through now, which aids me in filling in this gap. And I believe we don't need to go any further out. Yep, we don't need to go any further out, so we did go a bit far out on this side. But that's not going to be a problem at all. We're probably going to fill out most of this space anyway. Right, so now what we need for this is batteries as the first research. So you can click on the interface here, click research here, access the inventory, or just drop the items in if you have them in your inventory. We will be setting up crafting for them in the next episode and automating the process of getting those in and around here. We're creating more than enough items to do so. But what we will do now, just for the battery, if you press G, click on the battery over here, click start research, we require 30 science packs. Now just grab a couple of handfuls of stuff in here. Let's go from these ones, it should be full. So grab those, and I believe these 2 rows should be full, yeah. And we should be able to go into our crafting, go over to science packs, and we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to get our 30 They will take some time to craft in your inventory, but we will get there, and we will have batteries unlocked for the next episode. With that being unlocked as well, we also unlocked high voltage, which is the solar panels, the power poles, and the transformers. So the first thing we'll probably do in the next episode is get an area marked out for a solar panel farm, with the batteries as well, to obviously store that charge. So if we make a lot of excess charge, we should be able to generate enough to run the whole factory on the batteries alone at night. So hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Again, sorry about the first one I posted that had to remove and change. But if you did enjoy this episode, please feel free to leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't for updates when I post new content. Thank you.